my dream is to be rich enough. I don't necessarily need an island. An island's a bit much, but I want my room to basically have windows, right? And I sleep, and then I don't wake up by alarm. I wake up just because the sun comes up and it wakes me up, and it's morning, and I just go and I do work and whatever. That's what I want. So it's like not having to wake up to an alarm is such an it's a luxury some of you people don't understand.
But like touching on the alarm, it's like for me, I've gotten in a habit because I hate getting woken up by my alarm. I've gotten in a habit of waking up just before the alarm.
Just before I wake up heaps before. The alarms that for me are just in case, in case. But like I'll set like let's say today. I always talk about the time and sleeping, especially with Alan. And I set I knew I wanted to set it up like after 9, and you were going to be past 10. Cool. I set alarm for 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. I woke up a bit before 8. I think maybe the 7 went and I didn't even hear it. Maybe it didn't, or no, I probably didn't set the 7, but I woke up before 8 and just turned them all off.
Like, for me, my personal philosophy is you hear that alarm, you just rip off the blanket, just jumps up.
You're late. You hear the alarm, you're late. Is that why?
Basically.
That's how you treat it. Even though you're not late. Are you late if the alarm goes on?
No. So for me, the alarm is the point where I should be ready. So me waking up a bit early gives me time to like rub out my eyes and then
get clean.
Depends on how early.
Get clean, Andrew. You get clean.
So it's in my opinion that when the alarm goes off, you have to jump out of bed straight away because I've always had this thought, but it's only been realized that I've been learning others had this thought as well. But you shouldn't wake up in the morning fighting against yourself and making yourself fail in a sense.
Okay.
Because I feel if you get into the routine of setting an alarm at 8, then 8:15, 8:30, you're already setting yourself up for failure and accepting you would fail. And I don't think that's a good way to start the day with.
I get that. I understand that. Even though I do that, I understand where you're coming from too, because it's like, what you call it? First of all, you call it setting yourself up for failure, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna, the idea being for me, I do it because it's a psychological level of I wake up and I feel relieved that there's 4 hours left before I gotta get up 2, 3. I can go back to sleep and stuff. However, why you're correct and I feel is because we all I think it's been scientifically proven that extra 15 minutes of sleep doesn't do you any good. It just feels good to you. It just you're succumbing to your human psychological vices. Yes, so that I can understand that. I suppose then it'd be maybe more effective if I were to taper the way I do things, which is I set a bunch of alarms that I don't have to commit to. That's why, so that they wake me up and I go, oh cool, I've got 2-3 hours. I should instead do something where I plan to wake up earlier, so I do have that alarm. If I miss that, I failed. But if I get to it, don't get back to bed. Get out. There's an advantage to this. That's what I should be thinking.
I think the way you did it, where it's an alarm at 7, 8, 9, that's actually fine because of a person's sleep cycle, basically.
Yeah, but I sleep at 2 a.m. in the morning, man. 3 a.m. in the morning. You think it's fine?
No, as in, that's not good. But
no, it's not.
But the thing is that most people will have a sleep cycle of 1.5 hours to an hour. So so how it works is the first 10-15 minutes you are in light sleep, and then after that you go into deep sleep, and then you rise back up a bit, and then you rise into light sleep again, and then it's a cycle that is about.
I'm not smart. I don't know this shit.
Well, like for me, I enjoy learning this stuff, so that's why I found.
Like sleeping.
Sleeping's always good.
Snore like sleeping, motherfucker.
But basically, a person's average sleep cycle ranges for an hour to an hour and a half. So what you did by having an alarm at 7, 8, 9 makes it so that
I can dip in and out of those opportunities
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
deep rest.
yeah. So for example, let's say you hear the alarm at 7 and you go, I want to sleep another hour. That hour gives you enough to get actually enough restful sleep.
Cool. I'm good.
Otherwise, like, but most people would have like 8, 8:15, 8:30, and that 15 minutes isn't enough to give you restful sleep.
I understand it so well now because this now explains why. Like, I'll wake up at 7. I don't have to be up to like 10, right? Before 10. I wake up at 7. I go, I'm going to sleep. I put the phone down. Oh, it's 8:40 because I've been getting that deep sleep, that
Yeah.
restful sleep. That's why I don't. It's crazy because it's 7. I gotta be up like. Yeah, and 8:40. I look at the time. It's 8:40. I go, oh, cool. I got like an hour and a bit. You're in the bed. I got about an hour. Okay, I understand it. Oh, but then there's also that. Is that 15 minutes that you talked about at the start then useful for people who want to recharge throughout the day? Like,
No. It's
because people do say you take a. Oh, this is my strategy. I'll tell you this. What I used to do. Not encourage. It's just this is the strategy.
Mm.
Like when I have to stay up late to do all-nighters for assignments, one of the things that I do is because you run out of your gas tank, you're tired. Stop. I go smash a coffee. And I go sleep for 15 minutes because the thing is this: I have ADHD, bro. I'm gonna have trouble getting to sleep, right? But in that first 15 minutes before the coffee like settles in you and you can't sleep, I'm gonna slip a sleep in.
Oh,
I think I've looked into a bit of science about
Yeah.
that, and I've seen that it works. But yeah, but
so
take the coffee away. Take into account that it's just that 15 minutes. And tell me about that 15 minutes. Is it useful then during that day? And
So I've done research on this, and there's something called the Everyman and Uberman sleep cycles.
is that the one where they sleep for like 3 hours all up because they just take 15 minutes naps?
Yeah, so you can train yourself to get into that like sleep habit because basically it's basically called sleeping faster because that first 15 minutes that you're sleeping isn't of light sleep isn't useful sleep. It's kind of preparing your body to get into the deep sleep. And some ways you can do this is like sleeping in a cool environment, sleeping with background noise. So something that does both would be sleeping with your fan on. It doesn't cost that much electricity, I would think. It provides the
Why
background
don't you just
noise.
play the sound of fans blowing? Why don't you?
Well, the thing
We
is,
live in the universe where we don't have to do that anymore, my friend.
no, you can, but then like the other thing is sleeping in a cool environment, right?
Yeah.
If
So
you
the
can't,
fan accommodates both things,
yeah,
the cool and the sound. Bro,
Like,
give it
for
a while,
example-
right? iPhone 65 is gonna have a built-in air conditioner, bro. Put it in your room, and cuz they're doing crazy shit with this phone.
like for example, what you could do if it's like winter and you don't want to put the fan
Winter?
on.
Winter.
Winter.
What is it, winter? It's like perfect, like Australian. Like, it's winter, mate. Go on.
Well, like when it gets to winter, you can just put like a fan noise or like sea noise, and that will facilitate the background, like the white noise that will help your brain sleep.
Hmm.
But it's just some things to help you get into deeper sleep faster. And the Uberman isn't for everyone, but you can train yourself to get more efficient sleep. When you, I think I had a friend who did it, and then he said it was like the worst.
It works.
It was like the worst time of his life. He
Oh, the worst. I thought it works.
no
Go
no
on.
no. Well, it works because
But it sucks.
like the way he described it to me is that after sleeping, he would wake up and he would feel refreshed.
Hold up. Pause this. Explain the Uberman sleep
Okay,
because
so-
I've heard of it. I don't know the specifics. I feel like you do. We should talk about it.
So I think this is the Uberman, but it's basically you sleep 3 or
All right, Jamie, pull it up.
You know the joke?
You don't know the Jamie joke?
No,
You don't watch Joe Rogan? Come on.
I know. No,
I did it to Eric. I did it to Alan. I've done it to you.
It takes a minute to process, but basically you sleep 3 hours, and at night, or maybe even less, and then throughout the day, maybe 3 or 4 times you have 15 minutes naps. But the thing is that you have to be able to sleep like, okay, it's like
On
one.
cue, yeah.
Yeah.
A guy like me could not do that because in that 15 minutes you're meant to be sleeping, I'm going to be like on my phone or some stupid
Yeah.
crap like that.
No, it's,
I'm wasting this rest time.
it's like you have to be super disciplined. You have to know, like, done extensive research on techniques of helping you to sleep. And the thing is, because of that, you can't rely on coffee because,
Throw everything off balance.
Yeah,
Like,
it throws everything
of course,
off
you wouldn't know how to accommodate for that.
yeah, I think it depends on your
You
resistance.
can if you plan it. Like, I can
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
you could, for example, after your 3 hours sleep, boom, coffee,
Yeah.
and you know how much you're taking.
Yeah.
You then expend. Well, how long after do you have your 15 minutes? Sometime during the day. It's a
Well,
long time, right? You go for a long time.
Like, there's a reason why doctors tell you don't have a coffee after 3, right, or
Yeah.
after 4, because depending on the person.
Dude, I'm eating coffees at like 7.
No, but
PM.
If you need to work, that's fine. But if you
Because I'm
need to
expending it,
sleep-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm just hitting that as like a pre-workout
Yeah.
for whatever sports I'm doing.
yeah. But if your goal is to sleep,
Yep.
then it's not.
Don't have coffee. Oh no,
don't
then
have-
we
don't
won't know
have
that.
the caffeine product.
Don't need to be a
that
doctor to
late.
know that. Yeah.
So basically, it's 15 minutes, 3 to 4 times a day at measured intervals, along with your 3-4 hour sleep. I had a friend who did it. I don't know if this is exactly called the Uberman, but I think it is. But he told me that there's like a subtle tiredness that
That you
creeps-
always feel throughout the day. It's always in
Yeah.
the back of your thing.
you feel refreshed.
Because you never got into the deep sleep. That's why, right?
Oh
you-
no! As in, like that. Those 15 minutes, if you've trained yourself properly, you can get that deep sleep.
What the fuck?
But it's so hard to train. But the thing is that it's more of the body isn't designed for that.
Hmm.
The lack of sleep will catch up for you.
It's not good for your
Um,
health, probably.
Like if this is a year where you need to do a PhD,
Hmm.
then go for it.
Yeah.
But you should only.
Yeah,
do
I
it
get
for-
that. I was gonna say you can use it just like my coffee technique. You use it because you need to use it, and then you need to go recover. Like you can't do that. Oh, I want to stay up forever, so I'm just gonna keep hitting the coffees in the 15-minute naps. You
Like-
can't do that.
Like, it's
In a
not
night, you have like 3 of those, and then you're.
like it's not like there's no way it's sustainable in a long time. I think there is, so the Uberman is something called polyphasic sleep. So most people do monophasic sleep, which is they get all the sleep in once.
One go.
Yeah, which is
Nighttime.
at night. But I think I did some research where people are more, before modern times, people slept polyphasically, where what they would do is they would like sleep at 9, then maybe at 2 they would wake up, they'll do the farm work, and then after lunch, maybe at 12 or 1, they would sleep for maybe another 1 or 2 hours, and then that would repeat itself. And that's actually a fairly natural cycle for people. So if you want to look into sleeping less, but sleeping more times, most people would be able to do the polyphase, that one, or the biphasic, where you sleep at night for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then during the day after lunch, you maybe have a 1-2 hour nap.